What was the worst lie any U.S. president has ever told which affected America in a negative way? The biggest, 2 of our Navy ships were attacked by the North Vietnamese in the Gulf of Tonkin. In August 1964, the U.S. entered the Vietnam War based on reports of an unprovoked attack in the Gulf of Tonkin, which the president knew were false. There's a lot of recency bias in here. I'm going to say the worst lie is LBJ fabricating a justification for the Vietnam War, Gulf of Tonkin, and proceeding to vastly expand the power of the executive branch to wage war without a declaration from Congress, all while lying to the American public about progress. Everyone focuses on Nixon, but it was LBJ who shattered public trust of our highest office. It is a matter of public record that the United States government created in excess of 500 peace treaties with native tribes, and that same government violated every one of those treaties. For Native American tribes, this was an unmitigated disaster. Intelligence gathered by this and other governments leaves no doubt that the Iraq regime continues to possess and conceal some of the most lethal weapons ever devised. The 3 presidents before Lincoln made decisions, lies that led to the inevitable. The 3 following Lincoln also made decisions, lies that undermined the point in fighting the war in the first place. That Americans of Japanese descent were a threat to the country, so they needed to be rounded up and put into camps. War on drugs. When the Russians claimed to have shot down a U-2 spy plane, the intelligence chiefs assured President Eisenhower that there was no way the pilot, Gary Powers, could have survived, and in fact he had a suicide needle with him but he didn't use it. So the president went with a cover-up story. Khrushchev called him out on it, and Americans learned that their president, and indeed their government, lied to them and the whole world. It's been said that Americans have never fully trusted their government ever since. Reagan. If we give massive tax cuts to the rich, that money will trickle down to the poor. It's still a central component of American conservatism. Reagan said, "Just say no to drugs," while looking directly at the camera. At the time, he was controlling the largest and most profitable crack cocaine distribution network in America, all to fund his illegal Iran-Contra affair. WMDs are located somewhere. It's just like flu, it will go away in 2 weeks. George Jr. and the WMD is certainly one. I would add Nixon, Kissinger slaughtering Cambodia, but they didn't really lie about it. They just kept it secret. The Gulf of Tonkin incident. The biggest lie told to Americans. Almost every president saying, "We can't afford it," whenever there is talk about making anything better for the people of this country. There is always someone around that will tell us that there just isn't any money available, and to get anything done would mean massive tax hikes that will make it even harder for you to get by. I came to see if anyone named Woodrow Wilson promised not to participate in World War I. Undesegregated government services. Saddam Hussein is harboring terrorists and has weapons of mass destruction. Thousands of lives wasted. Trillions of dollars wasted. The hatred of America increased. The most impactful lie likely varies by generation. Silent generation, boomers. Vietnam War package of lies. Watergate. Gen X. Bush and WMDs. The perpetuation of 2 20-year wars for no gain. Millennials. My generation. Will likely be a mix of housing inequality. Economic. The mismanagement of Clinton's nomination that killed any goodwill of the Obama era. Democrat. The mismanagement of COVID by health agencies creating an education crisis. Republicans. And now the general hopelessness of geriatric leadership that for whatever reason cannot be shaken because of entrenched interests. Biden, Trump, McConnell, Feinstein, Pelosi, etc. Weapons of mass destruction Iraq.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.